goals.
Steph, obviously the away form the last couple of weeks has been a bit of an issue. What do you make of that, and good to be back at home much on Friday?
Yeah, firstly, it's disappointing. I think we go out there to obviously represent the club and ourselves, and we didn't put in a good performance on Saturday night, and it was the same against Perth, and that was the most disappointing thing. We felt like we had bounced back against victory, and now we're kind of back at that low point, you could say. So we know, we went through the video, we know what we need to do, and I guess we've shown last time that we can bounce back quickly, and that's what we plan to do this Friday night.
Tommy, is he a good chance to play? Is he back full training with the squad?
Yeah, so he trained with us today. So he's, I guess, as long as he gets through the next couple of days, he's up for selection. But yeah, he trained today, and that's a big in if he is, because he's an important player, not just for his ability, but he's an older player, his leadership and everything like that he brings to the table.
And sorry, mate, and Javi too?
Javi, yes. Javi, he trained really hard yesterday, so had a recovery day today, and then tomorrow he should be back with us, so hopefully he's up for selection.
Just quickly on your calf, pull up all right, and you're good for 90 minutes on Friday night?
Yeah, pulled up really well. So got a few knocks in other places, so I didn't even think about my calf the next day, which was a good thing. So yeah, I'm feeling good, and as long as the coach picks me to play, I'm ready to go.
Can you put your finger on why those two away performances have gone the way that they've gone?
No, I can't, to be honest. I think the first one I was obviously not there in Perth, and watching it was a hard game to watch and very frustrating. I think we lacked probably just that effort and energy and that fight that we've shown in the home games and in the Western United game. And to go out against Brisbane, you can blame all these other things, the delayed time, it was hot, it was humid, but at the end of the day we have to take responsibility for ourselves, and each player knows that they didn't put a good performance in, and we didn't play the way we want to play, and that's, I guess, the fans expect and what they deserve. So we understand what we need to change, and we can talk about it as much as we want now, but we just need to make sure we play well at home first, and then the next away game make sure we go out there and I guess prove people wrong.
Do you feel you owe Perth one after the last result?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good way to put it, in that sense that they destroyed us. It was 5-3, but it was a really flattering scoreline for us. So we've got something to prove against them, and they've had a few tough games in Melbourne, and we know they're a good team. But yeah, we're really excited to come up against them.
Have you put your finger on why they were so much better that night?
I think just the effort and energy wasn't there for us, and that's the basis of our play is that, and we didn't rock up. Essentially, it looked like we were going through the motions, and they've got quality players. So if you give a Fornaroli a bit of space and time, and Kilkenny, they're going to damage you on the scoreboard, and especially with Castro back, he's another dangerous player. So we have to make sure that we're up for it.
Steph, are you doing any more work defensively? Obviously, wouldn't like to concede 5 goals. And it obviously wasn't defence alone, but have you been focusing on that part of the game?
I think through pre-season we really focused on that, and we've kept 3 clean sheets out of 5 games. I think the disappointing thing is then we copped 5 against Perth and 3 against Brisbane. So we know what we do well when we do it well defensively, but it's just about making sure the whole team collectively is putting in that effort, not just the back 4, not just the midfielders, but it comes from the strikers backwards, and we're one unit, we're hard to break down, and when we do that, you saw against Victory, City and Western United, they didn't really look like scoring.
How's James Delioff's mood this week? A couple of mistakes from a young keeper. Has he picked himself up?
Yes. I think straight after the game, I had a little chat to him, and he was obviously really disappointed, knowing that if he didn't concede that goal, we're still 2 goals down, and if we do get that other one back, it's a lot tighter. But every player makes mistakes, and it's really about how you bounce back from it. And against Perth, he didn't have the best game, and against Victory, he was quite solid, I thought. And now again, he's made a little mistake, as everyone has when they're a young player, and he learns from it, and he knows what he needs to do to get better. I think besides that, his all-round game was quite solid. So he's a good young player, and he's always looking to learn, and he'll be fine.
What's it like playing in a team with so many young players and local players, and it's probably different to a lot of A-League teams in the past, this Adelaide United setup?
Yeah, 100%. I think I was actually speaking to all the young boys today about making sure that they take their chance, because you don't know when it's going to get taken from you. And when I was a young player, it was a lot harder to break through, because you did have a lot more experienced players, and we're very fortunate. We've got so many good young kids coming through here, and every week there's going to be 1 or 2 that are getting the chance to play. It's just about them making sure they take that opportunity and they go on like a Riley McGree and really stamp their authority on that position, so they're not going to get left out of the squad. But it's exciting because, you see what you get from Toure one week, and obviously it was disappointing on the weekend, but, these kids, they're eager to learn, and they're all really nice kids, and that's the most important thing. As long as they're they're looking to learn and be the best they can be every day. I think they're all got very bright futures.
The dream of most of these young kids, I'm sure, is to go and play in Europe somewhere, which is fair enough and what everyone expects. What do you say to someone that's been and done that and seen the Riley McGrees of the world go over there and do that? What do you say to keep them on that path but still keep them on this Adelaide United path?
Yeah, I think what I said today was just to try and be accountable for your actions all the time. I think that's the most important thing. If they go out there every day and they're working as hard as they can to become the best player they can be, and then off the field, the flip side, making sure everything they're doing is to improve their football, to become a better player, a better person. I think the rest will take care of itself, but it's when you start blaming other people, blaming the coach, blaming the other players, blaming the media, that's when you kind of go into a bad place and you stop trying yourself because you made up all these excuses. So, you know, the world's their oyster in that sense that they're going to get games here. It's just about who's going to stand up the most, who's going to be the best trainer, and who's going to, I guess, take the game on when they get their chance.
How's the captaincy sat on your shoulders? You've played every game so far, obviously, but how's it sat the first month or two of the season?
Yeah, it's been good. I think when I've played, I've really tried to just play the same way and lead by example. And if I can, you know, give someone a helping hand when, you know, like today, speaking to the young boys, or, you know, after the Perth game, try and get them up for training and things like that. That's an important role. But yeah, it's disappointing to lose games the way we have, because you want to create that culture where the standards are high and nobody slips below that. But that's bound to happen when you have a lot of young players, and you know, I'm learning. The players are learning, Cole's learning, everyone's learning, and we're always looking to get better, and I think that's the exciting part.
Given that Cole said he used you a bit earlier than what he wanted to the other night, how did you pull up?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I think it was, you know, I wanted to start, to be honest. I think I would have been all right, but in the smarter way was to come off the bench, and yeah, it felt fine. So now I feel good. I trained today, and just excited to get that match fitness back, which I think, you know, I've probably lacked by missing a fair bit of the pre-season, and then, you know, having this little injury. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be fine for the rest of the season.
So you put your hand up to play the full minutes?
Yeah, I'll put my hand up for sure.
So if you, Tommy, Abby, all available, are we close to what on paper might be the best 11 this week, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think after that you've then maybe got Straney, who's still a few weeks away. But, you know, if we can get us all together, I think it's a very good starting 11, and then we've got great players off the bench. But, you know, Hovey's obviously coming back, and Tommy as well. You don't want to be risky with them and make him become injured for longer by rushing them back. But if they're available, they'll put their hand up, and I'm sure Cole will make the best decision.